on, ESPNU. GCU going to its first ever NCAA tournament, winning its first ever WAC tournament title, 74-56. I'm here with Tyler Creer, and I'm here with Bill McCulloch, 602 Sport Talk. I mean, I guess initially it looked like New Mexico State was going to come out with a lot of energy. GCU responded just like they did last night after getting down 8-0, and pretty much took over and didn't trail again in the game. Mexico State tried to get back in, but they never got it within single digits. Just a dominant performance by the Lopes tonight in their, quest to get to, the NCAA, the first program history, and they did it under first-year head coach Drew. It's just really impressive. Bill, what are your thoughts?
I was really impressed too. I mean, you and I were kind of going back and forth before the game started on what ifs and Grand Canyon with the climbing the monkey off the back, which they did, and they did it with an impressive resume and their body of work. 55%, 56% shooting in the first half. They cooled down a little bit in the second half, but still ended up 26 or 55 for 47%. Pocketing 8 3-pointers. I think one of the biggest stats was the bench points. They had 17 bench points to 6 for New Mexico State, and New Mexico State had 0 bench points at halftime. So they utilized their personnel to the best of Bryce Drew's decision making. Once again, they played one less game than New Mexico State. Had the fresher legs, and towards the middle of the second half, you can start to see that.
Tyler, what were your thoughts on it?
My initial thoughts. My initial thoughts
Grand Canyon did tonight.
To New Mexico State, when New Mexico State did to them 2 years ago. It was just a dominating game. Like the New Mexico State game. Felt like they were
Yeah, I think the rebounding was a huge thing for GCU. I mean, that's been a huge emphasis for the Lopes all season. The thing is it's spread out amongst the players. Gabe McLaughlin with 6 rebounds, Asbjorn Midtgaard with 8 rebounds. Javon Blackshear Jr., the WAC tournament MVP, had 7 rebounds. So he was second on the team in rebounding tonight. It was just, New Mexico State came out of the gates firing. Donnie Tillman was attacking. Evan Gilliard had a really good night, but it just kind of never got close. Like the lack of execution on New Mexico State side, it just wasn't that. It was a struggle, and GCU did all that they could to get to the NCAA tournament. 24 points in the paint, bench points 17-6, like Bill mentioned. I mean, offensive rebounds 11 for the Lopes, 5 for the Aggies. The Aggies hit more. The Aggies hit more 3-pointers, but it just came too late. I feel like. I mean, you think about it. Look at the lead time. GCU led for 33 minutes and 28 seconds. That's crazy, And I don't know, guys. People say I'm trying to be biased, whatever. But it was just a dominant performance by the Lopes tonight. And here's the thing. Javon Blackshear earned that WAC tournament MVP. He had 19 points tonight, team high, was 7 of 10 from the field, 3 of 4 from deep, and he didn't – here's the key stat. He didn't commit a turnover tonight. He's the point guard. The ball is in his hands the most, and Javon Blackshear Jr. did not commit a turnover tonight, Bill.
Yeah, I think you guys hit the nail right on the head. The rebounding was How about now?
Guys, say something for it, Bill.
Okay, how's that?
Now we
Okay,
can hear
sorry
you.
about that.
So we've been talking this whole time, guys.
That's right.
It's been a busy
It's been
night.
a long weekend. It's been a busy week. But
Yeah, it's
going
been
back to what you said, the rebounding, taking the ball out of their hands for second, third opportunities. A lot of teams live and die on that. Getting the offensive board, getting putbacks, getting cheap baskets. Grand Canyon totally eliminated that from New Mexico State's repertoire. And as far as Blackshear Jr. and Midgard, 12 of 19, 63%, inside outside threat. You can't get better than that, and you can't key on somebody when you've got a guard that's a threat and an inside guy that's a threat. You can't sag back. You can't really extend your defense. So they had the success, and they had the recipe for success. And congratulations to them. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of seeding they get, and really what kind of respect that the WAC gets during this 2021 NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that should be interesting to see what happens there. I mean, the usual is a 14, 15, even 16 seed from the WAC. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to say it's the biggest play of the game, but it was one of the biggest plays. Okay, New Mexico State had just gotten a stop. This was maybe with 5 or 6 minutes left in the game. The Aggies were trying to come back. They get GCU misses a shot, but the Aggies can't secure the rebound, so it bounces around right into Javon Blackshear's hands, who gets around a defender, dishes to Asbjorn Midgard, who throws it down for the flush, and then gets the and one conversion. I mean, it's just a big moment right there. That was kind of the story of the game for the Aggies, where everything kind of bounced GCU's way tonight. And Tyler, I don't want to say it, but maybe this is the end of the reign for New Mexico State for a little bit.
Because it certainly could be, with Grand Canyon winning this year, and then all the Texas schools coming and joining in. I mean, Abilene Christian absolutely destroyed it. Nichols, I think, is it Nichols State today? I mean, they just completely destroyed them to win the Southland. And Abilene Christian and to the WAC next year. So with these Texas schools, it's going to be really, really difficult. It's going to be hard for Grand Canyon to repeat. It's going to be hard for New Mexico State to get back to the top. So I'm excited to see all that play out. And you mentioned kind of the play of the game, Asbjorn Midgard, that dunk kind of summarized the game. I think another play that did that was right at the end of the first half.
That's about it from Orleans Arena for the 2021 WAC tournament. It's been a fun weekend. Bill, appreciate you being on the live streams with us, sitting up here and talking basketball and enjoying the weekend. Any last words from the Orleans?
I'm honored, to be honest with you. I'm honored to be on your podcast. I think you guys do a great job. I've been covering GCU men and women's for the last 2 years, coming from covering a Pac-12 school, Arizona. So a different type of feel, but I had a blast. This was a great venue. Fortunately, and I think it was the right decision, they allowed a certain amount of people to come in and enjoy it with the safeguards that they had put up and the restrictions that they had, not only for us, but for the fans itself. So all in all, I give the Orleans Arena and the Western Athletic Conference an A+ in their effort and how they put this tournament on. So once again, I thank you guys for allowing me to be part of your podcast, and I'm sure we're going to meet up soon down the road.
Absolutely. Tyler, I want to check your microphone here, bud, because I want to make sure that you're talking.
You can hear me?
No, I can't hear you in here. That's the weird thing. Anyway, sorry, guys. It's been a rough week with the live streams. I'll be a little bit better next year. Again, Orleans Arena 2021, GCU WAC tournament champions on the men's side, California Baptist women on the women's side. And, weirdest news of the day is that Utah Valley is going to the NCAA tournament on the women's side. So for Bill McCullough, 602 Sports Talk, for Tyler Creer, WAC Hoops Digest contributor, we'll see you on Selection Sunday to see where GCU is going, who GCU is going to play. We know they're going to Indianapolis, tonight or tomorrow morning, first thing. So take care, safe travels, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
It's a wrap.